Have you wanted to visit Guadalajara but do not know how to go about it? Or maybe you have not traveled through Mexico but would like to learn more about how to do it? Or perhaps, like myself, you haven't traveled much through the pandemic but are ready to venture out there? Hi, my name is Paco and I'm the host of Coffee and Headlines, our morning live broadcast on Facebook, where we share stories, news, and headlines for the English-speaking community here in Puerto Vallarta. I recently spent a weekend in Guadalajara with some friends, and this was my first urban vacation since the beginning of the pandemic, and I made sure to document as much as possible of my trip through videos and photography so that I could share it with you in a special presentation that will take place this coming Saturday, May 28th at 3 p.m. local time. In this presentation, we will break down the experience of traveling to Guadalajara, starting with considerations to take into account before you even make your hotel reservation. We'll offer suggestions on navigating through Mexico's bus system, including what to bring along for the ride and what to avoid packing. An introduction to Guadalajara and why you may want to visit our capital city in the first place. Ideas and suggestions on hotels for every budget. Getting around Guadalajara safely and inexpensively, particularly the downtown area, where you will find a number of essential cultural stops you may want to consider during your trip. We'll also share ideas on finding restaurants for every budget, along with a couple of personal recommendations. And of course, we'll share essential tips to make sure that you are ready to enjoy Guadalajara as best as possible. The date for our presentation is this coming Saturday, May 28th at 3 p.m. local time. And the presentation is put together for members and supporters of Coffee and Headlines. If you are already a member, you will receive timely information via email on how and where to enjoy the presentation. And if you're not already a member, consider supporting Coffee and Headlines year-round, as this will probably be less expensive than the money that you will save with some of the tips and suggestions that we are going to share with you. To support Coffee and Headlines, simply visit the link on the screen, which will also be available for you to click in the text of this message. See you Saturday. Yay! Guadalajara is tomorrow, and I'm all excited about it. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get-together live here on What Happened to My Volume. Hold on. Come on, volume. That's much better. I'm excited about tomorrow. Anyhow, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get-together live here on Facebook, where we take a look at ideas, thoughts, headlines, suggestions, questions, everything that has to do with Puerto Vallarta, with our state Jalisco, with our country Mexico. And we exchange this information so that we can better connect with one another, better connect with the city that we call home, Puerto Vallarta, as a community of English-speaking locals, and better connect with Mexico, our country. This is where we live. This is what we love. And this is why we are here. It is a pleasure to get together with you. Today, of course, is Friday, and so forth and so on. It is Friday, May 27th. Tomorrow, we're doing Guadalajara. I am so excited, and I also have shitloads of work to do between now and then. I had forgotten how much footage we shot in Guadalajara, and to put it all together and turn it into a coherent story, well, that's what we love doing. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow, and I hope you are too. But before we go there, as always, it is a pleasure to welcome you all. If you happen to be new to the broadcast and you wish to say hello, or you wish to let us know that you are new, please do so by writing the word new in your comments. And that way we will identify you as such and we'll send you a nice little welcome. Our friends in YouTube don't get to comment live, but we love you very much. And we appreciate the fact that you like our broadcast and that you've subscribed to our channel. Last but not least, of course, if you have something really important that you wish to share during the broadcast, adding a capital letter Q will help for us to identify your comment. And I think we're pretty much ready to go. We have, Maggie, how is it going? How's it going, Maggie? Please let us know that you are all set to go back into the world. We've been thinking about you all this week with your COVID housemate. Anyhow, we have all kinds of interesting news today. We have to touch base on the America Summit. I know, can't help it. All the invitations have been sent. Have the missing countries been invited or not? Well, this is something that I'll have to tell you about after the fold. But first, let's dive into our news and take it from there. For some time, we've been reading about the dangers of the dock at Boca de Tomatlán, which is apparently now in danger of collapsing at any moment, although they've been saying that for several months. The good news is that Jalisco's Secretary of Infrastructure and Public Works is readying a new project for the construction of a brand new dock that will better serve tourists and locals attempting to reach the destinations in the lower half of the bay that are only accessible by boat. There are no details available yet as to when the construction of the new dock will begin, but more information should be available in a matter of weeks. It also wasn't too long ago that we announced that Puerto Vallarta cemeteries are running out of room and that a new piece of land is in the process of being acquired to build a new one. Now we learn more specifics and we find out that local cemeteries will actually run out of room within the next 6 months. The former director of the Rice shelter, who was apprehended just a few days ago for sexually abusing a minor, has been sent to preventive prison while his trial takes place after being at the helm of the shelter for over 5 years. On their Facebook page, Rice has published an important statement that I would like to share with you. It reads like this: the staff at Refugio Infantil Santa Esperanza, or Rice Children's Shelter, has provided a home to children in need for 21 years and will continue this work by supporting the children who are brought to live at Rice. We are saddened by the recent news and we want to guarantee that the activities carried out by more than 20 staff members, which include trainers, nannies, teachers, doctors, psychologists, housekeepers, cooks, and administrative assistants, continue their work to benefit the children. To the benefit of the children. The board of directors has appointed a new director who has been asked to carry out her work in the best way possible, providing shelter and good care to the children living in our home. The board, like the Rice staff, collaborates with the municipal, state, and federal authorities in all actions associated in favor of the care and protection of children. Thank you for your support and prayer. And of course, thank you, Rice. Thank you, volunteers and staff members and all involved for being able to step up to the adversity and moving forward. This is good news. Moving right along, let's talk about Palmar de Aramara. Here I was thinking that things were moving right along with the new pavement in several streets of the colonia, but apparently, according to this news note, things are not moving as quickly as expected. Or is it one of those instances in which the population expects to blink an eye and have everything fixed in a matter of moments? Unfortunately, I cannot say, as I don't live in Palmar de Aramara, but traffic and other problems are bound to arise when improvements are being made. It's part of the process. So I only hope that this particular news item is not just jumping the gun and that, things will take time to get done and they will be done. And that's lovely. Moving to other matters, of course, approximately 1,500 people and 41 floats took part in yesterday's Gay Pride Parade. Now, in its 9th occasion, The parade started by the Municipal Stadium, continuing along Avenida Mexico, the Malecón, Morelos Street, Ignacio Vallarta Street, and wrapping around Basilio, Vadillo, and Olas Altas, where people of all ages came out to watch the festival. The parade went on for 90 minutes, after which people gathered at a block party in Colonia Emiliano Zapata, where 10 to 15,000 people were expected to gather. That's a ton of people. In national news and in one of his morning press conferences, Mexico President Andrés Manuel López Obrador was sweetly reminded of the 650 million pesos he promised for Puerto Vallarta while he was still campaigning for the presidency. As in, what about the 650 million pesitos you owe Puerto Vallarta? So López Obrador assured that out of that promise, some money has already been spent in improvements such as the La Lija complex and other projects here and there. But we know that the investment in those projects was less than 200 million pesos, which is less than a third of the promise. When he was pressed for specifics, López Obrador waffled and did not provide any kind of answers, which is not surprising. We'll have more about him and the America Summit after the fold. But first, let us touch base on monkeypox. Before you get your panties in a bunch, please know that even though cases have now been reported in 12 countries, there are no confirmed cases in Mexico as yet. In fact, the World Health Organization has reported a total of only 131 cases in mostly European countries, and only 5 cases in Canada and 1 case in the United States. So that's just an FYI. Let us take a quick look at the weather before we continue with a few additional headlines. It's a small miracle that I come up with enough things to talk about every morning. I love it. I really do, because a lot of times I wake up thinking, oh my God, what are we going to talk about today? And there's always something to talk about. Anyhow, I'm sending bad weather to all the politicians who refuse to even vote on gun reform, says snarky weatherman. Oh dear, I've been watching the news, and we're not going to go there because there are other places where we can go there. But here, we're going to concern ourselves with the weather. 26 degrees, feels like 28. Humidity is high at 62%, and our temperature in Fahrenheit degrees is 78 degrees. For today, our forecast indicates that we will have a humid and partly cloudy day with a high of 31 and a low of 22. Tomorrow, Saturday, Guadalajara day, it'll be humid and partly cloudy through the day with a high of 31 and a low of 22. And Sunday, it'll be another humid day with a high of 31 and a low of 21. We might as well get used to this because this is what summers are like here. Back to López Obrador. Our president has indeed received his invitation to the America Summit, but has yet to announce whether he will attend or not, although he is expected to make an announcement sometime today. We've also learned that neither Nicaragua nor Venezuela, Nicaragua and Venezuela are not invited to the shindig, and Cuba is in the maybe list. And that is kind of awkward. If you are the president of Cuba or you are part of the Cuban delegation, you think you're sitting around waiting to be invited or not. I would not want to be there. I also want to let you know that the San Juan de Dios market in Guadalajara has reasons to celebrate, as the first batch of damaged booths will be ready by the second half of June. We recall that a large fire this past March 31st was responsible for considerable damage to the largest indoor market in all of Latin America. Of course, in our recent trip to Guadalajara, we had a chance to check out what was going on, and we captured a bunch of video as we explored the market. We were on a mission, a very specific mission to find copper vessels. So if you haven't been inside, you'll have a chance to see it tomorrow afternoon during our special live broadcast about Guadalajara. And by the way, I received a couple of messages indicating that you haven't received the link to enjoy the special members only broadcast, and that is because we haven't sent it. It'll be after this broadcast that we will set everything up. So please keep an eye on your email inbox this afternoon. And speaking of travels, this article about 6 destinations in Mexico with spectacular waterfalls caught my attention. Let's have a look. I mean, I love my water sports, and who doesn't? So, 6 places in Mexico to enjoy waterfalls, starting with Cola de Caballo in Monterrey. This is my hometown. This is where I was born, and this is a beautiful park 1 hour outside of Monterrey, where this Cola de Caballo, which means horse's tail, waterfall is located. And then the article takes us to this beautiful place called Minas Viejas in San Luis Potosí, where there's also a beautiful surrealist garden called Gilitla. But here are the waterfalls at Minas Viejas. They have 2 waterfalls that are taller than 50 meters, and you can also go swimming there. That looks very appetizing with this weather. Then there's this gorgeous one. This is called Misolja in the state of Chiapas. Look at the size of that waterfall and look at the people walking behind it in comparison. That's really something. This is 30 minutes away from Palenque. And then we have this spectacular waterfall called Basaseachi in Chihuahua. That's huge. And of course, we know that Chihuahua has this enormous canyon, and that's where the train goes. This one has a spectacular height of 246 meters, and you can admire it from the top of the mountain. That's beautiful. And then there's this one. This one is called Salto de Eipantla in the state of Veracruz, with 50-meter tall waterfalls. And the last one did not even get a photograph, which is unfortunate. It's called Cascada Agua Blanca, and it's in Tabasco. I can say that I have not been to any one of those. I have not even been to Cola de Caballo in Monterrey, and that's where I was born. But if you enjoy your waterfalls, these are destinations in Mexico you may want to add to your bucket list. And now let's take a quick look at your comments and your good mornings, which I always love going through. Thank you so very much. Albert says foggy and mosquitoes today. I know that you're not in Puerto Vallarta, but mosquitoes have been plaguing a bunch of my friends lately. My best solution for mosquitoes is to have a ceiling fan blowing so hard they cannot even land. But I think mosquitoes are becoming more aerodynamic, because even on my highest speed of the fan, I'm still getting bitten. Stung? Well, addressed upon by the mosquitoes. Good morning, Michal. I keep you in my thoughts while you and Boo Boo are away. I'm glad that you are having a good time up in Canada. Canada. Happy birthday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday and happy Pride weekend to all from Cincinnati, says Doug Baldrige. Thank you very much. Bill, thank you for that thought. I always enjoy the little taste of Puerto Vallarta I get from your show. Well, Bill, I always love the little taste I get of you when you tune in. Let's see what else. Oh, new report from Meggie. All good here. My roommate tested negative last night. We have to have something for that. Yes, still going to play it safe for a few more days, but appears I've managed to somehow not get it. Good to know that household spread is not inevitable. Whew, I would have been scared shitless, but I'm glad that you are okay. Sherry comments, I know that Sherry lives down by Boca de Tomatlán. The dock is a danger, that's true, but we also need a new pedestrian bridge. You mean to cross to the other side of the river? I did not realize that the bridge was down, or maybe I'd forgotten about it. But hopefully you will get the bridge that you need. Ramona reports on the Gay Pride Parade via internet. What a wonderful organized event. I will definitely be there next year. Continue the love. Absolutely. Let's see. Yeah. We walk to the market in Palmar de Aramara weekly, and the streets have been dug up for probably 3 months, if not more. That is scary. That's a lot of time. So, if there's some anxiety because things are not getting done, I can certainly appreciate it. I'm just also worried that sometimes these news reports, just get all tragic, and they say, well, the world's coming apart because the streets are dug. But thank you, Brian, for that report. Hopefully it will all be finished sometime soon. um let's see. Waterfalls are so beautiful. Being around them feels very cathartic. I love waterfalls myself. um oh, I'm gonna cough. Hold on. Oh my God, Mark made me cough. If you get monkeypox, does it give you the ability to hold things with your feet? You mean you cannot hold things with your feet, Mark? I'm sure there's got to be an internet course for that somewhere. That is too funny. Spencer says, Spencer Tracy Lutz. I don't know what we should call you, Spencer or Tracy or Lutz, but he says, bonjour to all clusters. Thank you very much. And this is pretty much what we have for today. I wonder what you're going to be up to this weekend. For me, between now and tomorrow afternoon is wrapping up our Guadalajara presentation and then enjoying a peaceful and relaxing weekend. But I might as well tell you that your comments about Talpa de Allende did not go unnoticed, and I have organized a little day trip to Talpa de Allende sometime in the middle of June so that I can capture enough video and photographs that I can share with you in a future special presentation, just like the one we're going to have tomorrow. But we don't want to jump the gun just yet. I want to make sure that you get us excited about Guadalajara, as I get whenever I go, because I'm already planning my next trip. Thank you for that, Spencer. It's a pleasure to read you. And that's that. Again, if you have considered joining, this is a great opportunity, because only by joining as a member or by supporting Coffee and Headlines will you be able to enjoy this special presentation tomorrow. For those of you that are already supporting the broadcast and the project, I thank you, because it is thanks to you that we were able to go to Guadalajara in the first place. So it is only fitting that you get to see all the not the blow by blow, Paco, all the details about our adventure. So between now and tomorrow, stay kind, stay happy, stay connected, stay cool, stay healthy, and I'll see you again soon.